Hello everyone, my name is Michael Gade and I am counsel for Ultra Music Festival. I'd just like to thank you all for being here today as we prepare and near the 21st edition of the Ultra Music Festival. I'd also like to extend our thanks to some of our partners, including the City of Miami, the Office of the City Manager, the Department of Real Estate and Asset Management, the City of Miami Police Department, the City of Miami Fire Rescue Department, the Historic Virginia Key Beach Park Trust, the Greater Miami and the Beaches Hotel Association, and the Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce. Before we dive into the program here, I'd just like to provide some information about how the program is going to be handled. You know, we've been doing this for about 3 years now, and typically what we do is we allow our speakers to come up and speak. We don't take any questions, but we will have breakout sessions following the program itself. The purpose of doing this is to provide the most complete and accurate information regarding the event. And to start off by doing that, I'm going to invite Ultra's Chief of Security, Ray Martinez, to discuss traffic maintenance, logistics, and security.
Thank you, Michael. And as you can see, blue was the color today. So first off, I'd just like to reiterate what Michael said in thanking our partners that are here. Just to name a few, we have the Miami Police Department, Assistant Chief Manny Morales. Where are you, Manny? In the back. Thank you for being here. From the Miami Fire Department, we have Deputy Fire Chief Eloy Garcia and Deputy Fire Chief Alex Fernandez, both here in the back. Thank you guys for being here. Do a great job. And from Miami-Dade Police Department, Captain Ron Rebozo. Captain, thank you. We also have a number of other partners that we work with closely, and I got to put on my glasses, unfortunately. Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce, Alfred Sanchez. Thank you. Spencer, thank you for being here. From Baptist Health, Diane Amato Tate. We couldn't do it without them. They are an incredible partner for us here, for this facility, or for the event, but also year-round. We partner with them, and what a great partner to have, with us here. Miami-Dade Department of Transportation, Carla Damian, the PIO, and this year we're partnering with Miami-Dade Transportation to have the Metro Rail and Metro Mover system running for 24 hours over the 3-day weekend. So we appreciate their cooperation, their partnership with us. Has been a great experience so far. Yeah, thank you. And then from the Virginia Key Outdoor Center, Esther, thank you for being here. That's an incredible little-known place out on Arthur Lamb Road. If you ever get a chance to go out there, where you can rent kayaks or paddle boards and really see a piece of nature here in Miami that's special. So we definitely appreciate Esther and her team working with us. Thank you. And then we have our rideshare partners as well from Lyft that are here. We'd like to thank them. And then from the Hotel Association, thank you, Wendy. Thank you for being here and being a part of this again. As Michael said, we've been working very hard over the last few months to put this all together. And as you see when you walked in, it's an incredible venue, and we're looking forward to hosting our 21st rendition. As far as traffic and security, we're fortunate here in South Florida. We have great public safety partners that we work with regularly, from the City of Miami Police Department, and this year now with Miami-Dade Police Department as well. And we've been having extensive meetings over the last 3 months and putting this plan together to make sure that not only we provide a safe and secure event, which is our #1 priority for the people that are coming to the event, whether they're fans, whether workers or artists or whatever the case may be, but also making sure that we minimize our impact on our residents around here, on the residents that live out here in Key Biscayne. And I forgot to mention and recognize Chief Chuck Press from the Key Biscayne Police Department that's also here, has been working very closely with us as well to make sure that we have a great plan of being able to move our people in and out. So we're fortunate, like I said, in that regard, that we have a lot of experience of working with our public safety partners, and so we really appreciate the work and the effort, and not only in the planning and putting this together, but also on the days of the event, the 3 days of the event, of the work that the men and women of those departments put in. It's not easy, it's long days, and a lot of times it's a lot of work, but we really, they do an amazing job, so we really want to thank them. Our transportation plan, as you know, different than it was in previous years in Bayfront Park, where we didn't worry about transportation. Fans just came as they could, and at the end of the night they left. This year we're providing transportation to bring our people on site. So we have a robust bus transportation that will be picking up patrons from 3 different locations in Miami: the Arch Center, which is the old Miami Herald site, the American Airlines Arena, and then the Vizcaya Metro Rail Station will be the 3 transportation hubs. Any ticket holder can get on a bus and ride for free to and from the event. We're also providing water taxi service out of Bayfront Park. So water taxis will be bringing people over, very similar to the boat show, be bringing people in and then also transporting them out at the end of the night. And so we added that as part of it. Our rideshare partners will be bringing people into the event all through the day, but they will not be picking up on the island. What they've decided to do and working in cooperation with us is to really focus on the transportation hubs. So when the people get to those transportation hubs on the way back, that they're available and they're ready to be able to move those people, whether it's going to the hotel, going to home, going to Miami Beach, going to other parties, whatever the case may be. Our rideshare partners are going to be working to do that with us. So I'm going to move on in the program, but I'd like to recognize our mayor and ask him to come up. Mayor Safety.Suarez, thank you.
Thank you, Ray. As always, just coming onto Virginia Key, you can see the sheer magnitude of this event and the organizational abilities of Ultra that have done a magnificent job every single year of putting on a top-notch and well-produced event year after year. Last year I had the privilege of being there on their 20th anniversary, and this year as I came in to the boat, my reflection was that this venue is much more appropriate. It's much better, it's more scenic, it's better for the residents of the city of Miami. And so I have to commend Ultra, because they have been in constant communication with me and with my office relative to the concerns that residents might have. And sound checking is going to be going on today, and they have sound engineers that are going to be throughout the Brickell area making sure that there is no sound related issues. Obviously we've talked about lighting, but we're very excited. This is Winter Music Conference, and this is the signature event for Winter Music Conference. It's part of who we are. It's part of our DNA. The economic impact of an event like this is, I believe, $80 million, if I'm not mistaken. 168. There you go, Ray. I knew you were going to correct me at least on one thing. And the other thing that is interesting from a security perspective, as I was getting briefed as I arrived by my communications department, is that we have approximately, and you're going to correct me on this number as well, between the city and the county, 500 officers, approximately. And just to put that number in context, we have about 450 patrolling police officers in the city of Miami, in the entire city of Miami, in 3 shifts, in 3 different shifts. So that is more police officers than patrol the entire city of Miami all day. So I think that's a testament to the seriousness that Ultra takes in terms of the security. Since Ray came on board, they really have invested a significant amount in making sure that this event can come off safely, which is a huge priority, obviously, for the city and for its citizens. We want to make sure that people come from around the country, which they will be coming from 20. How many countries? 85 countries. See, these are all the stats that my communications department will be providing me the next year, right? Thank you. 85 different countries. We want them to come to have a good time safely. We want them to be able, as you said, to get in and out safely. I know there's I think it's, so here I'm going to go with another number, 130 plus buses coming in and 230 plus buses going out. And I know that there are ride shares coming in but not out. And certainly we're going to continue to work with Ultra in the future years to make sure that there's sufficient staging to have ride share coming in and out. And certainly the challenge is on the way out more so than on the way in, because people trickle in or come in different stages but sort of go out at the same time because the event ends at a finite time. So again, we're very proud. This is a big economic generator for the city on the revenue side, and a macroeconomic generator, which is why it's great to have the chamber here and Alfred and his team supporting this event. It's big for the hotel industry. It's big for jobs. I came in here and everybody out here was working. I stumbled over a couple things and almost ran over a couple people trying to get here on time. But it was nice to see people working in this community. So we're proud to be here and hope to be here many years in the future. Thank you. Let me say it in Spanish. Es un orgullo para mí como alcalde estar aquí. Otro año con el Festival de Ultra. Yo estaba aquí el año pasado cuando era el aniversario de 20 años. Todos mis esfuerzos como alcalde, trabajando conjunto con la organización, es para asegurar la calidad de vida de nuestros residentes y también que las personas que vienen aquí al festival lo pueden hacer de una forma segura. Número uno, tenemos casi 500 policías de las diferentes agencias del condado de Miami-Dade y agradecemos su participación aquí y de la ciudad de Miami. Y eso es más que todos los policías que patrullan la ciudad de Miami en un día. Así que este evento toma el hecho de seguridad muy en serio. También estamos analizando y ellos van a estar examinando hoy el volumen de la música para asegurar que no afecta la calidad de vida de los residentes del área de Brickell, que por supuesto es la ciudad de Miami. Este sitio es un sitio muy bueno porque es un sitio designado para eventos. Fue creado para eventos con el estadio al lado y es algo en cual no hay residentes que abarcan en la zona. Por supuesto, también vamos a trabajar y el plan de transporte trabaja en función de ayudar a los residentes de Key Biscayne, aunque nosotros, and I'll say it in English because Joey's writing it down, we also are very conscientious of our residents, our neighbors in Key Biscayne, even though I don't represent them per se. The part of the traffic plan is to make sure that they're able to get in and out quickly and safely and efficiently. And we did that also with the boat show. So we have experience doing that. Parte de lo que queremos hacer es ser buen vecinos, así que estamos tomando en cuenta el hecho de que gente tiene que entrar y salir de Key Biscayne, y eso lo hicimos exitosamente con el boat show también. Esto es un evento que eleva lo que es el perfil de la ciudad de Miami al nivel mundial. Hay gente que vienen, participan de 80 diferentes países que vienen. Y hay miles de personas que trabajan aquí. El impacto económico, $160 millones. También hay un impacto económico para la ciudad de Miami, que recibe millones de dólares en ingresos de este evento. Así que estamos muy orgullosos de la forma en cual el Ultra efectúa este evento. Y tenemos toda la esperanza que se va a hacer otro año de una manera saludable, en cual todos los residentes lo pueden disfrutar sin incidentes, y estamos muy agradecidos de los esfuerzos de Rey Martínez, porque desde que él vino a Ultra, de verdad que ellos han invertido mucho más dinero y mucho más enfoque en lo que es la seguridad de no solamente los residentes, pero también de los participantes. Gracias.
Thank you, Mayor Suarez. Next, I'd like to introduce our environmental and sustainability team. First, we're going to start with Vivian Belzagay, Ultra Senior Manager of Sustainability. We're then going to hear from Sharon Nimchek from Cardinal, our environmental consultants, and then we'll hear from David Strom, our acoustical consultants.
Thank you, Michael. There's no room up here for stuff. Okay. Okay, so thank you all for being here. I want to stress the importance, as we start talking about the environment here, of Ultra's ability to impact not only here locally, but globally, with the message of sustainability. That's why I was brought on here onto the team, and that's what I'm here to share with you today. Being entrusted with the unique environmental and historic elements of Virginia Key was a responsibility that Ultra took seriously from the very start. And it brought the organization new and welcome challenges that they had never really seen before. They were challenged to heighten the environmentally conscious practices of the operation to preserve the natural and cultural resources of this local paradise. This gave rise to our Mission Home campaign, which is not only an internal operations plan, but also a call to action to join us on this journey towards a sustainable future. The campaign initiatives are focused on pollution prevention, nature preservation, waste reduction, community engagement, responsible resource strategies, and traffic mitigation. I'll go into every one briefly in detail, and then our experts will come and tell you more. But on each note, the initiatives are here to really touch everyone who comes into contact with the Ultra brand. On pollution prevention, the biggest initiative is the Leave No Trace initiative. This means not only that we are asking our attendees, but also all of our operation to not leave an impact on this space. And that includes not only cleaning up our litter, but making sure that that nothing is impacted with the production. We've prohibited beach access so that attendees or anyone on the production does not leave any impact on the beach where we know that we have sensitive wildlife. And also we have banned styrofoam, plastic straws, balloons, confetti, and streamers. On nature preservation, like I said, I'll have our partners from Cardno and Trinity talk to you about that. But we have engaged them, who are technical experts experienced in wildlife preservation, natural resource management, regulatory compliance, and noise impact analysis to develop and execute our environmental management and remediation plan. On waste reduction, we've engaged experts to help us with a robust recycling and composting program, which will be present on all of the festival grounds. We've banned single-use plastic cups. We're using only paper cups to serve our cocktails in, and most soft drinks will be served in recyclable aluminum cans, as well as all of the beer that will be served. We've expanded our water refill station program to reduce plastic water bottles that will be consumed by the event, and we've required all of our food vendors to use compostable food serviceware. We also banned plastic bags at historic Virginia Key Beach Park, and we're implementing long-term plans to ultimately eliminate single-use plastics from the event as a whole. In the community engagement piece, and this is a really important piece for us, because the true intention of the Mission Home campaign was to educate the electronic music community, not only our attendees, but also other festivals, on how to truly minimize or eliminate their impact on the environment. On site, our mission control team will not only, as they have traditionally, have safety and medical purposes, making sure that our attendees are safe and healthy, but they will also have sustainability initiatives for the first time. The Eco Village, which has always been a part of Ultra, will now be expanded to include environmental education and awareness content. And we've partnered up with local environmental heroes, volunteercleanup.org, Debris Free Oceans, and Surfrider, who have guided us on best practices for all of these initiatives throughout the process. On responsible resource strategies, we're conducting a baseline assessment on existing power use and monitoring our current supply chain to incorporate more responsible resource strategies moving forward, as well as working with local Florida-based food vendors. And finally, on traffic mitigation, as Ray explained, we are establishing coordinated mass transit and increasing public transit options, which will obviously lower carbon emissions. Since its launch on February 1st, the Mission Home campaign has reached an approximate 2.7 million people worldwide, and it will influence 60,000 attendees per day during the festival. As an organization, our aim is to continue developing our sustainability initiatives year after year, and the goal is to minimize any potential environmental impacts that may result from our production and becoming an example for festivals worldwide to follow. Our vision is to create education and awareness so that the environmental consciousness of everyone that comes into contact with the Ultra brand is then shifting behaviors both on and off festival grounds. And our hope is that these programs and powerful connectivity of music, we are able to inspire a movement towards a sustainable future. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. Sharon Nimchek with Cardno. Thanks for being here today. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the environmental measures that Ultra has taken. Ultra should be applauded and has gone to extensive lengths and efforts to add environmental stewardship to their production. As Cardno, we were brought on board to prepare and develop the environmental management and remediation plan. And Ultra has implemented all of recommendations for mitigation as well as environmental protection measures to wetlands and wildlife. Some of those mitigation measures are implementing extensive fencing to restrict access to the beaches as well as sensitive wetland areas and wildlife habitat. Ultra also has engaged in a noise analysis, and Cardno has brought on board Trinity Consultants, who is a national consulting firm that prepares noise analysis across the nation and has worked on several other music festivals. And I'm going to introduce David Strom with Trinity Consultants.
Thank you all for having me. As Sharon said, my name is Dave Strom with Trinity Consultants. We are the outside acoustical consultant for the Ultra Festival. We were brought on as part of the environmental team to specifically look at the noise impacts associated with the festival. With the relocation of the festival to the historic Virginia Key Beach Park and Miami Marine Stadium, Ultra saw the opportunity to proactively review the acoustical impacts of the festival, both on the public as well as the kind of unique, sensitive natural areas that we have surrounding the event site. This was really an unprecedented opportunity for an event of this type to proactively review those impacts ahead of the festival, as well as to implement mitigation strategies as it relates to noise, and to ensure that those mitigation strategies are followed through with a monitoring program that will be ongoing throughout the entire festival, both surrounding the actual festival site as well as in locations that have the potential for negative noise impacts from the amplified music. I wanted to also take the opportunity to thank the University of Miami as well as the public for their direct engagement throughout this process. We had an opportunity to speak directly with those who would be potentially impacted, to take into consideration their concerns as it relates to the festival, and to introduce those concerns in our mitigation strategies. Again, this is kind of an unprecedented opportunity for a festival like Ultra, and I wanted to really say thank you to all of those involved. We look forward to a great event and really appreciate the opportunity to be involved.
Thank you, David, and thank you to our environmental team. At this point, I'd like to bring up Wendy Galardis from the Hotel Association. Wendy, thank you.
Thank you so much. So it's a beautiful day in Ultra Paradise today, right? We can open up those curtains. On behalf of the Greater Miami Beaches Hotel Association, our board of directors and our members, we're very, very delighted to have the opportunity we've been working with such a professional organization as the Ultra Music Festival. And we're very, very excited about the new home. We appreciate very much Miami-Dade County Mayor Jimenez. Of course, the city Mayor Suarez just left. I wanted to let him know that the DJs are not just from around the country. They're from, where are you? They're from around the world. They're from Asia and the Middle East. Imagine that. Isn't that great?
Awesome.
So I want to thank Ultra for filling many of our hotels from Sunny Isles, Miami Lakes, all the way down, Miami Beach to South Dade. We're very, very delighted, and we also want to thank, of course, everything that Miami-Dade County Transportation is doing for us, Baptist Hospital, obviously, the sustainable efforts that are taking place are incredible, the Village of Key Biscayne as well, and of course, all of you. So looking forward to having a great weekend. Now, I was too young to go to Woodstock, but my cousins went, but I'm not too old to go to Ultra.
impact, and to kind of talk a little further and how it impacts us here in Greater Miami, from the Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce, Alfred Sanchez, the President and Chief Executive Officer. Thank you.
Thanks, Ray. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for being here. And Ray, thank you. And all our friends from Sandy and Albert from Ultra for inviting us. So I'm with the Greater Miami Chamber that's been around for 112 years, and has been, our mission is really to make sure that the economic environment is a healthy one here. So I'm really proud to have Ultra Music Festival as one of our main members, very active one. And the reason I'm proud is because they really are helping to move the needle forward in innovation and in the economic outlook of Miami. Let me bring forward just a couple of different points. First of all, if it hasn't already occurred to you, this is really the Art Basel of electronic music. I mean, people come from all over the world. One of you was talking about it. I mean, as far as Japan, and they save all year long in order to come to this very impressive and prestigious event. And so that helps Miami, the city of Miami, the county, in advancing our global brand as the place to come for visitors and entertainment, for tourism. And because of that, and you heard Wendy, it has a tremendous impact on our hotel and activity here. The music festival also contributes to the economic impact that is basically, think about it, it's equivalent to having our very own Super Bowl every single year. I mean, you heard the mayor say 168 million. Look, it's hard to know, you guys have been here for 20 years. This is 21st? So it's hard to know the total impact, but think of that over 20 years. It's hard to know because they keep growing almost 20% every single year. So every year they bring more. But last year alone, they brought in 1,800 jobs, which was 400 jobs more than the year before. So we look forward to that hitting our families. I think there was $62 million generated for our families' income, and also in business opportunities last year alone. So Ultra Music Festival is not just helping our economic engine, but it's also helping our community. Baptist Health is a big partner, and they're really worrying about advancing some very important health messages during the festival. And so from a corporate responsibility, they really have taken that very seriously. You hear some of the environmental impact that they're worried about. When they first moved here, they came to the chamber almost the second day saying, help us find some partners because we really want to make a big splash in this, and we're serious about it. This is not just going through the motions. So, and here it is, the proof of it is here today. So it is certainly a huge pleasure for me, Ray, and Sandy, and Albert, to welcome you and to be a part of the 2019 Ultra Music Festival kickoff. Congratulations.
Thank you. Next, we're going to call up Albert Berdellens from our marketing and media team. He's going to be talking about the history of Ultra Music Festival.
Thanks, Mike. So, as you heard, my name's Albert Berdellens. I handle marketing and new media here at Ultra Worldwide. We call it Ultra Worldwide now because we've grown a little bit past just Miami. So today I just want to take a few minutes, and I'll be brief because it has been a long morning for everybody. I want to tell you a little bit about the Ultra story, because it's a story that really isn't told that often. Most people just see the stages pop up and, it's gone in a few days and that's kind of it. But the story really starts in 1986 with the establishment of the Winter Music Conference. See, at that time there was no Spotify, there was no, internet music, it was none of that. So DJs would have to trade records in person. They had vinyls, and they would have these record pools where they would meet up and trade good music. And so a DJ named Bill Kelly established that in Miami Beach in 1986, the Winter Music Conference, which essentially was a glorified record trading party. And over the years, that kind of grew, and it became more of an industry thing. More and more people would come, and steadily grew until people started to come for the parties because the DJs would go out and play the music right away. Fast forward to 1999, and the founders of Ultra thought, well, the conference just kind of ends. There's no grand finale. So they were thinking, let's throw an electronic music festival. which at the time was crazy. There was no such thing as a electronic music festival. It was done in nightclubs and by DJs and on the radio a little bit, and that was pretty much it. So from there, from the 5,000 person initial Ultra Music Festival in 1999 in Collins Park in Miami Beach, Ultra has now grown to, now in our 21st year, an enormous global enterprise. We're on all 6 inhabited continents. We're in nearly 27 different countries. In Miami alone, we'll welcome people from, and I'm correcting this, nearly 100 different countries. So, we're proud of that growth, as we've welcomed more people to Miami, but it's not just the growth in terms of size and spectacle that we're proud of, but we're also proud of our growth in terms of maturing as an organization. So over the years, we've kind of bounced around in Miami. We call Virginia Key the next chapter, because that's really part of the Ultra story. We started out in Collins Park, then we moved to Bayfront Park, then to Bicentennial Park, and then to Bayfront Park again. Pretty soon Miami's going to run out of parks for us to go to. So, and now we're actually at 2 different parks. We're at the historic Virginia Key Beach Park as well as Miami Marine Stadium Flex Park. So we're doing as much as we can to stay in Miami and to take Miami as a major commitment. Some people call us and we take that commitment seriously, from our revolutionary transportation plan to our unprecedented efforts on mitigation of sustainability, environmental initiatives, and wildlife, and just keeping focus on Miami from an international tourism standpoint. It's a tremendously important thing for us. So last year we acquired the Winter Music Conference that initially spawned the Ultra Music Festival, kind of brought the whole thing full circle. And this year, after infusing an enormous amount of effort and resources into it, this year we will welcome nearly 1,500 music industry business professionals back to the Faena district of Miami Beach to bring Winter Music Conference back to what it should have been all these years. So, in addition to our Miami Music Week property, Ultra Music Festival brings as many people as we could possibly fit in the city of Miami and the entirety of Miami-Dade County. So that's what I want you guys to leave with, is our commitment to the Miami area, because Ultra Music Festival has our headquarters here, and this is what we consider our home. And we're committed to Miami now and forever. Thank you.
Thank you, Albert. Before we wrap up here, I would just like to invite the Executive Director of the Historic Virginia Key Beach Park to discuss the legacy project that we've, of course, all been waiting for.
Thank you. Typically, I don't do prepared notes, but I'm going to this time. My name is Guy Fortune. I'm the Executive Director of the Virginia Key Beach Park Trust. When I heard we were on a yacht, I saw myself out on deck and saying, "Welcome to Virginia Key," but that is not the case. On behalf of the Virginia Key Beach Park Trust Board of Trustees, and with that I know many of you know Patrick Range, one of our trustees, grandson of Kim Anthony Range, our founding chair. So please, and the trust staff. I can't go forward without talking about some of my staff members here. Michelle Swaby, who handles all of our, hand in the air there, handles all of our special events. Kechi Alpala, who handles our marketing. Karen Moore, special projects, helps me out a lot with different lobbying and special projects and whatnot. And Charlie Wayman, our education and outreach, handles all of our volunteerism. Can't get past without Charlie. And there are a couple other people here that are associates. We do a lot with Berry University. And so Brandon is here, one of their communication students. And another associate, I'm going to butcher his first name, I think, but Adu Thompson. Thank you for joining us also. Historic Virginia Key Beach Park is an 82-acre historic location. What does that mean? That was the colored-only beach for Dade County during segregation. And so it spans more than a century in its history due to a wade-in at Hallover Beach. That prompted the city fathers at that time to create a designated location for people of color in 1945. That nonviolent civil action by courageous African Americans really started to open the way ahead of the traditional 50s and 60s civil rights activities. So it's very unique. It was action that allowed this historic beach park to have a lot of the amenities that truly were at the time equal to some of the white beaches. Mini train, a carousel, different cabanas and whatnot, different facilities that at the time typically were separate and not equal. And so it's a place of many memories, much of it great joy from many families who came out to the property, and of course has many other thoughts and feelings from different members of the community. But it's an incredible place. I want to jump forward. It was a county beach at that time, and in 1979 the county turned it over to the city of Miami, who closed it in 1982. And so only open day to day for 3 years, remained closed until the Virginia Key Beach Park Trust was able to reopen it in 2008. We're a neighbor to the historic Miami Marine Stadium, and there's a lot of connections on this island. And it's very interesting that this year, that Marine Stadium has been closed longer than the 26 years that historic Virginia Key Beach was closed. We're closed 26 years. So we're delighted that we're now open, fully operating. Ultra has arrived. It is a new chapter. We've done many events at the historic beach park, and clearly nothing of this magnitude. We are the second site, the Resistance site, and so we'll probably accommodate a quarter of the visitors to the park that come out for the show. But we're ready to have a great show. We want to showcase historic Virginia Key Beach Park and Virginia Key. I hope we all leave today, folks that visit for the Ultra Festival, leave and think of Virginia Key as Miami Central Park, and that starts to resonate around the region and across the globe. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and what a valuable partnership, and we're honored just to be able to say that we're partners with the Historic Virginia Key Beach Trust and the work that they are doing to preserve the history really of thank you. The work that they're doing to really preserve the history of Miami for the African American community. We're just honored to be a part of that, so thank you. That is Resistance Island that we're calling out there, historic Virginia Key Beach. So when you come to the festival and you have your ticket, I hope everybody already has their ticket, and they come, that's our other location. I wouldn't say it's the second location. A lot of people prefer the music that's going to be programmed out there, so we're excited for that location just as we are for the entire site. So we're going to be available, the different Ultra representatives, as well as our public safety partners and our environmental partners here for side questions, interviews, or whatever the case may be. So we thank you for being here, each and every one of you, and we look forward to an amazing weekend. Thank you.